Hello everyone. Today we will start the topic that we have just started in the previous video, balanced chemical equation. So I want to give you a quick revision of that topic. What is a balanced chemical equation? A balanced chemical equation is that in which number of atoms of the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms to the product side. So balance the chemical equation. It is done by two methods. First is hit and trial method and second one is partial equation method. Today we will do hit and trial method only. So what is hit and trial method? Different trials are made to balance the equation by using the smallest whole number coefficient. So we will change only the coefficient of different reactants and products. So example, first example is balance the following equation. Copper sulfuric acid gives copper sulfate, sulfur dioxide and water. So first step is count the number of atoms both side. Here elements are written like reactant side element, then product side element, how many are there, these are here. So copper, just see how many copper are there, only one, so it is written reactant side 1. Hydrogens, how many hydrogen, 2. Then sulfur 1. Then oxygen, how many oxygen are there, 4. So here, and product side, now we will see product side. Copper 1, sulfur 1 plus 1 2, oxygens 4, 5, 6 and 7 oxygens are there. Now we have to balance the equation, means reactant side atoms should be equal to the product side atoms. Second step, to equalize the sulfur. Sulfur here it is 1, reactant side it is 1 and product side 2. So what should we do? We will multiply sulfuric acid with 2. So here is 2. Now sulfurs are equal, but hydrogen and oxygens are not equal. You can count here. Multiply these 2 2s are 4. So how many hydrogens are here? 4. And this side only 2 hydrogens are there. Now what should we do? Multiply this water with 2. So you can see copper 1 this side also 1. Hydrogens 4, 2 2s are 4. This side 2 2s are 4. Sulfur, how many sulfurs are there? Here is 1 and 2 1s are 2. So how many sulfur are there now? 2, because here is 1. So 2 1s are 2. This side 1 and 1 2. Count oxygen, here is 4. 2 4s are 8 oxygen this side, and this side 4 plus 2 6 and the how many oxygens are here? Here is 1. 2 1s are 2. So 2 plus 2 4 plus 4 8. Now this equation is balanced because all the atoms are equal. Next, if we take next example, lead oxide and ammonia. This side lead, reactant side lead 1, then product side also 1, oxygen 1, here also 1, nitrogen 1, nitrogen 2, then hydrogen 3 and this side 2. So balance. To equalize nitrogen atom, to equalize here 2, here 1, multiply this with 2. Now nitrogens are equal. To equalize hydrogen atoms, multiply water by 3. Then to equalize lead oxygen atoms, multiply lead oxide and lead by 3. You will see this equation is balanced now. Next one is, here we will discuss this equation later. Ammonia, calcium chloride and water are obtained, means these are product. When they are obtained, when ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide, they are heated. When ammonium chloride, calcium hydroxide are heated, products are calcium chloride, ammonia and water. So to equalize chlorine here 2, this side how many? 1 are there, put here 2. Chlorines are equal. Now how many nitrogen? This side 1 and this side 2. What should we do? Multiply this with 2. Next, to equalize oxygen atoms, multiply water by Just give answer. Water by which term? You will multiply it by 2. Now it will be here 2. 4 hydrogen. This side you can count 2 hydrogen plus 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 2 10. This side 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 4 10. Now it is balanced. Next, come to this equation. Directly also you can do. If you have done a lot of practice, you can do directly. 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine. Here 1 are there. 1 hydrogen, 1 chlorine. How to balance? Just put here 2. Next, take this example. Nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, hydrogen 2, ammonia. Here nitrogen 1, hydrogen 3. When we put here 2, nitrogens are balanced, 2 and 2. But hydrogen, how many hydrogens are there? 2 3s are 6. And this side 2. What should we do? Put here 3. Now this is balanced. Next topic is relative atomic mass or atomic weight. As you know that atoms are very small. They cannot be even seen directly, or their weight is not calculated directly by direct method. So there are indirect methods of physics which are used to find out the mass of nearly all kinds of atoms. So the mass of hydrogen is 1.66 into 10 raised to power minus 24. Like this, carbon is this one in grams. And it is not easy, it is not helpful to write the weight of atoms in this form. So there is a need to simplify the atomic mass. So for the simplification, some standard atoms are used. Some standard atoms are used to simplify these numbers. So firstly, hydrogen was used as the standard atom, but after that carbon is used as a standard atom to calculate, to simplify the mass. Then after simplification we get the mass. Like hydrogen, it is 1 atomic mass unit. Carbon, it's 12. Relative atomic mass is equal to mass of one atom of the element divided by 1/12 the mass of one carbon 12 atom. Its unit is atomic mass unit. It is defined as 1/12 the mass of carbon atom. Carbon 12 is written because carbon 12 isotope is taken. There are 3 isotopes of carbon: carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. So carbon 12, it is stable, so it is taken here, carbon 12 as a standard. 1 atomic mass unit or 1 unit is equal to 1.6605 into 10 raised to power minus 24 gram. Relative molecular mass or molecular weight. The relative molecular mass of an element or a compound is the number that represents how many times one molecule of the substance is heavier than 1/12 of the mass of an atom of carbon 12. And we can obtain relative molecular mass when we add mass of all the atoms in a molecule. So this is the method. Now we will learn how to calculate relative molecular mass. So take second example, copper sulfate crystals. Formula is CuSO4 5H2O. So see that copper is 1, atomic mass of copper is 63.5, sulfur atomic mass is 32, oxygen atomic mass is 16 written here, and how many oxygen are there? 4. So multiply 16 with 4. This 5, and how many hydrogens are there? 2. One hydrogen has atomic mass 1. So 1 multiply 2, you will get 2. And how many oxygen? 1. So 16 for 1 oxygen. So after this calculation, you will get 249.5 atomic mass unit. Similarly, you can do these other examples by yourself. Next one is percentage composition. So percentage composition of a compound is the percentage by weight of each element present in it. Its formula is total weight of element in one molecule divided by gram molecular weight of the compound multiply 100. So apply formula here to calculate the percentage of hydrogen in water. Water H2O is the formula. Its molecular mass is 18, like 2 hydrogens are there. 1 is the atomic mass of hydrogen, multiply with the 2 because 2 hydrogens are there, plus 1 oxygen.
16 multiply 1, you will get 16. So molecular mass is 18. So apply this formula, total weight of element in one molecule. So what is the, you are going to find out the percentage of hydrogen. So what is the total weight of hydrogen in this compound? So total weight of hydrogen is this one. 1 multiply 2 is 2. 2 divided by gram molecular mass of compound. So total mass of compound is 18 multiply 100. This way you can calculate the percentage of hydrogen. Similarly, you can also find out the percentage of oxygen. Here will be 16 divide 16. 16 is the total mass of oxygen divided by total mass of compound multiply 100. That is for oxygen. Empirical formula of a compound. Empirical formula of a compound is the simplest formula which gives the simplest ratio in whole numbers of atoms of different element present in one molecule of the compound. So mainly it is the simplest formula which gives the simplest ratio of the atoms in whole numbers. Whole numbers like 1, 2, 3 and so on. Take this example, hydrogen peroxide. Its formula is H2O2 and its empirical formula is HO. So mainly divide these numbers with the highest common factor. After dividing with 2, you will get HO. And the ratio of the atom is 1:1. Hydrogen 1, oxygen 1. Take next example, glucose C6H12O6. By which highest common factor you will divide it? You will divide it by 6. So you will get here 1, here 2, here 1. So what is the ratio of these atoms? 1:2:1. This is the empirical formula. Next is the empirical formula mass. It is the sum of atomic masses of various elements present in the empirical formula. So see, this one is empirical formula of hydrogen peroxide. So mass of atoms of these two atoms is hydrogen 1, oxygen 16. So total is 17. This is the empirical formula mass. Students, with this we have completed chapter 1. If you have any query regarding this chapter, you can ask in comment section. Thank you.